Hello all you lovely people and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a brand new projector called Ray, launched by Pixpack Japan. Now this is one of the brightest projectors to come out in its price range in 2025, and therefore I'm really excited to give you a hands-on detailed review and the gaming performance of this particular projector on this channel of mine. So we're going to be talking about everything about this projector, the pros, the cons, if there are any. And I'm going to give you my 2 cents by the end of the video. So kindly stick around till the end of the video, please. And you'll be able to make an informed decision by the end of this video, whether you should buy Pixpack Ray or not. With that said, let's get started, folks. Before we get started, one quick disclaimer. Pixpack has sent a review unit to me, and that's what I'm reviewing in this video. Having said that, one of my conditions of getting the review unit and doing this review of the Pixpack Ray was that I should be allowed to say anything. In fact, there are no conditions. I'm in fact free to say anything and everything about this particular projector. So that was my condition. Otherwise, I would not have taken the review unit of this projector. And in fact, I'm glad to report that when I spoke to Pixpack about this condition, they were so confident about this projector that they said, that's exactly what we want you to do. In fact, if you do find any negative points about this projector, go ahead, share it with your viewers, and also let us know what those negative points are so that we can work on our future projectors or probably try to improve this one through any future updates if they can. So I was really happy with that condition, and therefore I decided to take this review unit. Having said that now that we're done with the disclaimer, I do want to get into the review. There is a certain bias that definitely comes when you take in a review unit. But again, like I told you, I'm going to be giving you my personal opinion, what I truly feel about this projector. So kindly stick around till the end of the video. Let's start with the unboxing. The unboxing experience was pretty pleasant. The box came nicely packed, and they thought about the overall packaging as well. The material used here in terms of the projector itself is very good. It's plastic, of course, but what I want to say is that the design is really attractive. They've used some gold accents as well, and it really adds to the overall premiumness of this particular product, and it works in favor of the overall design. There is the branding of Pixpack and their smart home theater written on top, and apart from that, the gold accents, like I told you, add that extra oomph to the projector. The lens itself looks very nice. By the way, this is a manual plus an autofocus lens, and we're going to get into the performance of this lens in a short bit when I do a hands-on review of this projector. What I also want to talk about is the overall design. This comes in a sealed shell design. So this is a low maintenance projector from the dust perspective. So I did want to cover that as well. And apart from this, I also want to mention that there are nice soft rubber pads right at the bottom, so you can place it comfortably on a table. Even if you want to mount it, you can mount it somewhere. The remote is also pretty good. Unlike a lot of budget projectors, the remotes use cheap plastic, but on this one, the plastic quality is pretty good, whether it's the projector itself or whether it's your remote. There are all the necessary buttons that you need on your projector, which is a power button, there's the input button, there's the volume toggle button, there's the zoom in, zoom out button, there's the settings button. So all the necessary buttons to navigate the UI, they're here, and the remote itself is good. The only nitpicking that I'll do when it comes to the remote is they should have included a couple of AAA batteries. If they would have done that, well, it would have been like a holistic experience here. I think they're giving a great product. I think they should not have cut corners when it comes to the AAA batteries. They should have included it in the box. Now, apart from that, what you get in the box is a power cable. You also get some documentation, information about the warranty, information about the whole projector itself, like the user guide, and you also get a projector dust cloth. So that's what's included in the box. Now that we have spoken about what's included in the box, I do want to finally hook it up to my Lenovo Legion Go and also to my PlayStation 5. And I want to speak about the overall gaming performance of this particular projector. But let's deal with the basics first. Okay, so finally hooked it up, and this is what the user interface looks like. It's plain, simple, and I actually kind of like it because it's simplistic. It's not very complicated, and it's very easy to get around.
speaking of getting around, it is extremely fast because of that 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. Everything that you need is going to be right in front of you, whether it's your home screen apps, and even if you want to download any apps or you want to search any apps, all you got to do is go to that dedicated app section right on top. You've got a video section on top. So it does curate content as well. And there's some curated content here for you. And similarly, just like video, you also have audio. So you've got music. And you have a plethora of apps that you can download from the Play Store. And speaking of the Play Store, in case you want to search for any apps, you can do that as well. You've just got to enter whatever the app's name is. For instance, if I want to look for a media player, the only thing that comes to my mind is the VLC player. And as soon as you put in a V, you see that we've already got VLC player here. So any app that you want on the Play Store, any app at all, it's going to be at the tip of your fingertips. So all you got to do is just type it and you've got it. Now, let's also take a look at these settings that you get. And I want to quickly touch upon this. I don't want to get into a lot of details because I've already covered this in my other tech channel, but I've covered it in my native language. But I'll quickly go through it because I've dedicated this video for all my English speaking viewers. So the projector has a lot of settings, and it's got the autofocus and auto trapezoid, like I was telling you. It's also got 4-point trapezoid and 4-side trapezoid in case you want to adjust it manually. And here you see you can actually adjust this manually as well. And speaking of the manual adjustment, I'm just going to tweak it a little bit so that you get to see how it looks. And apart from this, it also has your system settings. And what I want to show you is, unlike a lot of projectors where you don't get the ability to control the brightness, here you do. You do have full control of how bright you want the projector to be or how dim you want the brightness to be, because this is a super bright projector, guys. This has 2000 ANSI lumens or 20,000 lumens of brightness, and that is plenty bright. Trust me, even in a bright room, this projector will not disappoint you. So for the sake of this video, I have kept the brightness at 10. It's already showing me overexposed parts on my camera because I'm checking it with the zebra setting on my screen. So that's how bright it is. But I'll keep it at 10 just because I want to highlight how bright this projector can really get. There is an energy saving mode as well. In case you want to optimize your energy bills, then you can choose that. Now, apart from this, there is a dedicated eye protection mode as well. And it kind of is obvious for a projector like this because this is a super bright projector at the end of the day. So that's pretty good as well. And you've got an ability to update the system. I'm not going to do that because the system is already updated. And you can actually take a look at the projector details as well here. Like I told you, this is a non-official Android version, but the Android version is 12 and the memory and the device has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage respectively. So this is what it looks like from the user interface perspective. Now, what I want to do is I want to quickly connect my Lenovo Legion Go and show you the gaming performance of this. Now that I've connected this projector, what I also want to talk about is the fact that this comes with autofocus. Yes, you do have an option of manually adjusting the 4-point trapezoid, but if you want to adjust it automatically, that's an option as well. And this projector has a throw range of 1.35. Now, what this means is that even if you place it at a distance of, let's say, 10 feet, it can project up to 125 inch of screen from that short a distance. So just, let's say 10 feet gives you 125 inches worth of screen space. Now that's fantastic. In fact, you can even cast it onto a screen which is about 650 inches. Obviously, you will have to go back, you'll have to step back, and you also need to have that kind of a space. I'm assuming that if you have your own personal movie theater, then you can actually experience a really home theater-like experience with that 650 inches of screen diagonally. But yes, if your room is small, then even from 10 feet, well, yeah, about 10 feet, you can get about 125 inches worth of screen space diagonally.
So that's really good. And I quite like that. In fact, the footage that you're seeing is exactly that. I've kept it at about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, exactly at 10 feet distance from the screen. And as you can see, I'm getting about 120 inches worth of screen right now. Before I jump into the hands-on performance and the overall image quality of this projector, I also want to talk about ports and connectivity because that's really important. Now, this projector actually comes with 2 HDMI ports, and that's fantastic because even if you connect, let's say, a Fire TV stick onto one HDMI port, you can actually connect your console onto the other. Or if you want to connect a soundbar through HDMI ARC, then you can use the second HDMI port to connect your soundbar to this projector and really get that immersive cinematic experience, the audio-visual experience that you crave. So that's really good. Now, apart from that, you also have 2 USB ports. So if you want to plug in your pen drive or your hard drive and you want to watch movies through VLC player, then you can do that as well. There's an aux port as well. So let's say both your HDMI ports are occupied, you can use your soundbar through the aux medium and take advantage of that aux port as well. So in terms of ports, you are really sorted. What about connectivity? Now this comes with, first of all, Bluetooth 5.2, and secondly, it also comes along with dual band Wi-Fi, which means you can connect to a 2.4 gigahertz network or a 5 gigahertz network, and that's fantastic. So ports and connectivity is all sorted. Now, I did not mention this, but I also want to put in the information about the processor. It obviously comes with a quad-core processor, and there's a Mali G52 GPU as well. And therefore, you get that seamless user interface performance. So now that I've spoken about the processor, the GPU, the ports and connectivity, let's get into the meat of this video and let's take a look at the picture performance, the gaming performance of this projector.
The first thing I did is hook it up with my Fire TV stick and I logged into Netflix. Venom just recently dropped, the latest sequel of Venom, and I thought let's give it a try. But there are other content that I checked out as well, but just take a look at the colors that you would get to see on screen now. Now please note this supports HDR. However, when I was playing this with Netflix, I did not see the HDR tag next to any of these videos. So you know how it shows up right on top, whether it's Dolby Vision or HDR10. So that information did not show up, which means that when I'm playing Netflix through Fire TV stick connected to this projector, it's not really playing in HDR. However, when I connected Prime Video, I did get to see that HDR logo there. So HDR10 logo also popped up, and I double checked this. I played it with HDR turned on and then off as well. So on Prime Video, you get HDR10, but on Netflix, somehow you don't through Fire TV stick. But what's important here are the colors. Just take a look at the skin tones. Take a look at the colors that you see. On the various content that I played, I was thoroughly satisfied with how good everything looks on this projector. Whether it's Netflix, whether it's YouTube, or whether it's Prime Video, this projector will not disappoint you when it comes to the color performance. And what's really great about this is that the color performance is brilliant straight out of the box. So I don't really need to calibrate it. And that's what I like in devices, where I don't have to do a lot of hard work calibrating colors and all that, because a lot of time can be spent on that instead of enjoying the content. So here I didn't have to go and do all of that. The overall OTT performance of this is absolutely brilliant. But now I want to focus on gaming as well. Before we jump on to the gaming performance, I quickly want to talk about this cool little feature called Hybrid Remote as well, where you get to download an app on your mobile phone and you can literally keep the remote controller that you get with this projector aside and control all of this projector through that mobile app. And that's why it's called a hybrid remote. So when you go over to this app called TV Casting, all you got to do is just scan that QR code there. It'll ask you to download an app from the App Store called Wheel TV. And once you download that app and once you open that app up, you are going to be able to control anything and everything with your mobile phone on this projector. And this is a game changer, because you know how you have to put in a lot of effort on a remote controller of a TV or any projector or any device like that, that goes away with this, because you can use your mobile keyboard to type in the information that you want to search. And this completely changes the whole experience. And trust me, once you've used this, you will keep the remote controller of this projector aside. You will not use it. You will just use this hybrid remote feature. And while we are on it, you can also cast your mobile phone onto the projector. There is a little bit of a delay, but very minimal. In fact, that comes with any TV projector or monitor where you're casting. So here, the experience is really good. You can cast in and through that app that I was talking about right now. And overall, the experience has been really, really good, even when it comes to casting any information on the screen, as you can see here. I had a chance to hook this projector with my Lenovo Legion Go, and the results are absolutely mind-blowing. Now, please note that this is a projector which can do even 4K. So it's not like it's limited to 1080p. But with my Lenovo Legion Go, what I did was I limited it to 1080p at 60 FPS because, of course, Legion Go is not a very powerful machine. It's mainly a portable PC handheld. And therefore, I was happy with 1080p at 60 FPS. But what I want to highlight here is not the limitations of Lenovo Legion Go, but the powerful performance of this projector. And it is really, really good when it comes to the gaming performance of this projector. Of course, something that you'll have to keep in mind is that this projector does not come with variable refresh rate. So if you are gaming on PC, if you do not have a very powerful PC and there are like these crazy swings between the frame rates, then you may end up noticing some screen tearing. But it's a limitation not of the projector, but of the device that I've connected to the projector, which is the Lenovo Legion Go. So my suggestion would be to hook this up to a powerful PC, because not only will you not run into this issue of screen tearing, but you will also be able to scale it all the way up to 4K. Because right now, because of the limitations that I have with Lenovo Legion Go, I have personally capped the resolution at 1080p, 60 FPS of course, because this is a projector which can only do a maximum of 60 FPS. Well, I would have liked if it did 120 FPS, but hey, it is what it is. At least the 60 FPS that it does so flawlessly. So here, as you can clearly see, the performance of the Legion Go, or any PC for that, will be pretty solid with the Pixpack Ray projector. And I also want to show you that this is not limited to 1080p. I want to go into the settings and I want to show you that you can scale this all the way up to 4096 into 2160. In fact, a little more than 4K. However, I would like to mention that I purposely scaled this down to 1080p. This is showing that this is not a limitation of the projector itself, but of the device that I am currently playing with. Now, if I go into the frame rates maxes out at 60 FPS. And as you can see, the active signal mode is around 3840 into 2160p at 60 FPS. And the desktop mode is currently at 1920 into 1080p at 60 FPS because I have connected the Legion Go. So if I go back into the game, what I want to highlight here is the overall picture performance of this projector with something like the Legion Go connected to it. Because this is a super bright projector, and I've already highlighted the brightness of this, but I'll mention it again here. It's got 2000 ANSI lumens brightness, which means it can go up to 20,000 lumens of brightness. And this projector is probably one of the very few projectors in this price range which can offer you 20,000 lumens of brightness with 11,000:1 contrast ratio, with all the other features that I've spoken about previously in this video, like 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, and Android. It also comes with a lot of picture presets. So as you can see here, you can play around with the different presets that you have. You can even customize it on the basis of brightness, contrast, and saturation and sharpness. I, however, would just like to keep it on the vivid mode because it is the brightest on the vivid mode. The colors do look a little warm, but you can always adjust the color tone here because there are so many presets that you have. So the good thing is that you've got a dedicated game mode as well. So with the dedicated game mode, the latency definitely comes down. And I'm going to talk about the performance of this with PlayStation 5 as well. So right now, like I told you, it's 1080p, 60 FPS, and this is playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey on my Lenovo Legion Go connected to this projector. The performance is more than satisfactory. I've been thoroughly enjoying my time on this big screen, and I'm overjoyed to see Assassin's Creed Odyssey in, see, about 120-inch screen right now. Beautiful game, beautiful projector, and the performance is top-notch. The colors pop, and overall this is performing way above its price point. Having said that, let's now connect a PlayStation 5 and see how this performs with a console. As I've mentioned earlier, folks, this projector also supports HDR. So as soon as you hook up your PlayStation 5, it will ask you to adjust the HDR. I, however, prefer playing with HDR turned off, but that's just a personal preference. In case you want to, you can turn the HDR on. But let's quickly head into the current video output signal. And what I want to show here is that this can do up to 3840 into 2160p and 60 FPS with HDR. So this is clear information that you will get when you hook your PlayStation 5 with this projector. What's interesting is that when you look at the input signal, it says 2160p at 60 FPS. So really good. And what's important here is that you need to make sure that the EDID version is selected as 2.0. Otherwise, if you let it remain at the default 1.4, you will only get 1080p at 60 FPS. That's something that you do need to keep in mind. And as soon as you get your projector, make sure you get the HDMI version sorted. And this is like the advanced HDMI version or enhanced HDMI version that you select. So it can do both 2160p and also 1080p. Now let's get into a game performance. And what I'm going to do right now is get into Horizon. This is a brand new title and this looks so good, guys. I mean, this is now playing in 4K at 60 FPS. And yes, 4K 60 FPS, the colors pop. Blues look really good. In fact, all colors, not just blue. Look at the browns, look at the reds, look at the whites, the greens that are in the background. All colors really pop. And I would say that if you have a console like the Series X or the PlayStation 5, then you won't have those wild frame drops or frame rate swings. So unlike what I personally experienced with my Legion Go, where there was screen tearing, here there is no screen tearing. There is no ghosting. There is no artifacting, nothing, nada. What you get is stellar performance from your PlayStation 5. And although this does not have variable refresh rate, it does have a game mode. And with that game mode, the latency goes down significantly. And you can turn the game mode on from the settings. When you get into the picture settings, that is, you will have an option of turning the game mode on or off. If you're playing a game, then I will highly recommend that you turn the game mode on because the latency simply goes away. There is no lag. So as soon as you hit that button on your gaming controller, you will see the result of that on screen. So this is brilliant, guys. Again, what I want to focus and highlight on are the colors that you see on screen. Everything pops because of the super brightness that this projector has, and because of that high contrast ratio. There is like this difference between the bright areas and the dark areas, but it does not crush the shadows, so you will get to see details even in the darker areas. And gaming performance is absolutely brilliant, guys. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, what about the pricing? Now, this projector is priced at 29,999. So if I have to round it off, it's 30,000 Indian rupees. This is listed on Amazon. The link will be in the description box. And it's also listed on Pixpak's own website. And the reason why I brought up the latter is because if you use a special discount code called PUNCHI, P-U-N-C-H-I, it will be in the description box as well. You are going to get an immediate discount of 5,000 Indian rupees. That's right. So instead of paying 30,000, you'll only have to pay 25,000 if you use that discount code. The code is in the description box again. Take advantage of that. However, if you choose to buy it from Amazon, then of course I will also be benefited from it because I'll get an Amazon's affiliate commission. The pricing might be slightly higher on Amazon. So the most beneficial deal for you would be to buy from Pixpak's own website using that discount code, which is in my description box. What do I think about this projector? Well, my personal opinion is that it's a fantastic projector given the price point. At 25,000, this is one of the brightest projectors that you will get in the Indian market right now. I don't think you have any projectors with 20,000 lumens of brightness. That is insanely bright. In fact, it was so bright that I did have to dial the brightness levels down. It's a super bright projector. And you double that with that 11,000:1 contrast ratio, you truly get a great visual experience, and even an audio experience is really good from this. So a holistic experience when it comes to cinematic home theater-like experience that you want to get at home. Would I recommend this? 110% I would. Not because they sent me a review unit. That's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying this because I've used this personally, and I strongly believe that this gives you great value for your money. And from the price to value ratio, it's really there. I mean, right up there. And it's a great projector for the price point. And I keep mentioning the price point is because they have done more like an impossible stuff here, because 20,000 lumens in this price point is unheard of, especially in 2025. What do you guys think about it? Please let me know in the comments section. If you have any questions about this projector, please reach out to me via the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you think I've missed out on something, then do not hesitate to ask all those questions and mention that also in the comment section. I'll get back to you and I'll try to answer that as soon as I can. As far as this video goes, it's a wrap for this one. I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, I'll say take care, stay safe, and before I say God bless you, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and also that bell icon in case you want to get notified. This is me signing off. So God bless you all.
Hey guys, a quick update from the future me. While I was editing this video, I got a message from the manufacturer. Unfortunately, this projector is completely sold out from their website. So I know I did talk about that code, that discount code where you'd be getting a 5,000 rupees discount. Unfortunately, they are out of stock from their website. Fortunately, it's still available on Amazon. Now, I'm not doing this because I'll get an Amazon affiliate commission and that's the only way of making money. I was actually interrupted by the manufacturer. He told me that, hold on, remove the information about the website purchase and the discount code for now because we are completely out of stock. I don't want to create a FOMO, and at the same time, I don't want to push Amazon sales only, but hey, it is the truth. It is what it is. So I thought I will let you know and put in this little information while I'm recording this video towards the end. I again apologize, and I just wanted to make sure I give you the right information, the accurate information, and I thought let me put this towards the end of this video. So if you still want to purchase this projector, then the link of this, the Amazon link of this, will be in the description box, and you can still go ahead and purchase this for around 28,000 Indian rupees from Amazon. Just want to mention that very quickly. I apologize, final time, and thank you again for watching this video. God bless.